If you guys know of any casting calls for actors or extras to play in a movie or television show, please let me know as soon as possible. I got a great guy for you. I think he can be an asset to the film industry. That Paulie Malignaggi is out there playing his role, let me tell you. He's playing the victim, but Paulie's actually playing the people who are thinking about purchasing the event next weekend. People are like, I can't believe he didn't know they were going to set him up like that. Got news for you. He did. He's part of it. That's why I say he'd be a great actor, because he's got a lot of people fooled. I mean, and I'm talking media as well as fans and whoever else. Why use Paulie Malignaggi, of all people, to spar? The same guy who's part of the announcing team. A guy who has ties to a guy who has ties to Team Mayweather. I mean, he's got a game plan behind it. This is what he says when he first started to spar Conor McGregor. His comments were, Paulie said, he's got a game plan behind it. It's not what people think. He truly has a plan. Malignaggi was impressed. And we go from that to this guy's this and that. I can't believe he did that to me. I won every round that we had in sparring. Remember, I sparred him coming right off a flight. Which one is it, Paulie? I mean, were you impressed with what the guy can do, or is he the bum that you won 99 out of 100 rounds sparring with, and that one round you lost is when he knocked you down, but you said it was a slip, and then the video comes out. I mean, come on, dude. So when Paulie left camp, it would have been around the time that sparring ends for some boxers anyway. So you got to look at the timing of all of this. Then they had the press conference today, and what do you know? Paulie's just outside the MGM and just so happens to run into Conor's guy and then to Conor. And I'm like, when you look at the odds of that, if you knew how big Las Vegas was, I'm not even going to say Las Vegas, if you knew how big the area around the MGM Grand is, I mean, come on, guys. This thing is staged. And Paulie has people believe him. Like, well, would you fight him in a grudge match, Paulie? If it's not, yo, this is entertainment. Paulie's in on it. Tickets haven't been moving the way they want, despite what Leonard Ellaby tells you. If you happen to go to this fight and you want a ticket, buy extremely late. You can go to a much cheaper card, the Miguel Cotto versus Yoshihiro Kamagai card. Ringside seats, I'm talking dead center, are going for like $200. And they were around that same price before the Mayweather-McGregor fight was announced. I think they were like $250, like the dead center ringsides. Anyway, Paulie's going to give the fans what they want on fight night, and maybe the week of the fight too. the rest of the remaining days. The supposed gag order will be lifted, and I bet on fight night, Paulie will say something like he was disappointed in Conor's antics, but that Conor has power and the MMA background that taught him how to cut the ring off. He'll say something along those lines. The MMA background allowed him to cut the ring off and attack an opponent, and it will serve him well, along with that power, to give him some sort of chance. I don't think he'll get into all the stuff that he's been saying now. You know why? Because by then, they'll already have your $100. In boxing, you use 8-ounce gloves in every weight class from 147 pounds and below. Here's my question. What weight class has Floyd Mayweather fought at the most, let's say for about the last 12 years or so? Welterweight. And do you know how many pounds the welterweight division limit is? It's 147 pounds. So don't get it twisted. Floyd Mayweather wanted the 8-ounce gloves. It's what he's used to. It'll make him comfortable. So, I wasn't going to break this fight down because I'm not going to watch it. And then I had this dream. And I'll tell you what happened in this dream. Let me break it down. In many fights, Floyd Mayweather he'll give away like the first couple of rounds while he tries to figure out what the opponent's game plan is. He also does it to figure out what his own plan of action will be to beat the opponent. So he'll give away the first couple of rounds and then try to, if he has to change his game plan to adapt to whatever the opponent's doing, he will. It's going to backfire on him this time. So on August 26th, here's how it's going to play out. This is how it played in my dream. Round 1. Conor comes out and he attacks Mayweather just like Marcos Maidana did. He stays on Floyd the entire round. Floyd laughs and shakes his head, but he's not punching back enough or countering enough to win the round. So just like Maidana, Conor McGregor will win the first round. Got it 1-0 McGregor. Round 2. Conor keeps up the pace, throwing all kinds of wide and wild shots at Mayweather. Floyd goes on the ropes to give him the defensive shoulder action that he usually does. McGregor keeps firing away, getting wild at times and rough at others. He's basically attempting to Jeff Horn Floyd Mayweather. Floyd objects to an elbow that Conor mixes in between his punches. And then Conor objects to Floyd's objection, knowing Floyd is the master of using his forearm and elbows. Conor wins round 2 on activity. 2-0 counter. There's nothing new to Floyd. That's how he starts. He wants to see what an opponent's going to give him. Round 3. Playtime is over. As Conor walks in, Floyd hits him with a jab to the body to let him know that this fight has truly begun. He throws a left hook to create space between him and Conor. Conor hesitates, but once again goes on the attack. A little slower this time, as he senses Mayweather now means business. As Conor throws a big left from an odd angle, Floyd counters him sharply. Boom! He backs away a bit and resets. As he starts to flail punches again, Floyd begins to attack the body. Conor isn't as active this round, as most of what he throws begins to receive an answer in return. They trade punches at the bell. Floyd's round. He's beginning to find his range as well as his timing. 2-1, McGregor. Round 4. They both stand in the middle of the ring. Conor is circling, and Floyd is waiting on him to throw a shot so that he can counteract. Floyd feints to see if he can get a reaction from Conor, which he does. Conor almost jumps out of his boots in reaction to Mayweather's feint. As the crowd begins to boo the lack of action, Floyd throws a jab to the body and a right hand over the top to catch McGregor. Conor doesn't have an answer back, so he backs to the ropes and he waves Floyd in. Conor then throws his hands up in the air to get the crowd into it. The crowd goes crazy, and as the crowd cheers, Floyd decides to follow Conor to the ropes, and he starts to pepper him with shots as they switch roles. Now McGregor tries the shoulder roll action along the ropes and gets popped to the point where he begins to grab. The referee breaks, and the bell sounds to end the round. Definitely a Mayweather round. We are all tied up at 2-2. An even fight. It's on, baby. In between rounds, Conor's coach tells him, you got to be aggressive like you were in the first 2 rounds. In Mayweather's corner, his father tells him, listen, let Conor punch himself out. He also tells Floyd to let Conor take the lead and for Floyd to start countering the shots that he misses. He also says to Floyd, you need to start working the body. He's confident, the father that is, that Floyd's timing, accuracy, and distance were established in rounds 3 and 4. A stoppage is only a few rounds away. Round 5. Conor comes out on the attack, and he lands his first real shot of the fight. The crowd oohs and ahs, but Floyd rolled with the punch, and he wasn't hurt at all. Shakes his head. Conor is even more aggressive, and he's letting his hands go. He's wild, but he doesn't stop his aggression. As Floyd goes to the rope to try to set a trap, something strange happens. Something strange, but yet not uncommon. The old lefty versus righty scenario that happens so often in boxing happens again. As both guys go to punch, a big head clash occurs. Floyd is bleeding abundantly, and the ring doctor deems the cut too bad to continue. Fans are booing, the corners are outraged, and everyone's pointing a finger at someone else. At the end of 5 rounds, we go to the scorecards. One judge, Dave Moretti, he'll have it 4 rounds to 1. Floyd, money, Mayweather. He'll be overruled by the other 2 judges, Bert Clements and Guido Cavalieri, who both will have it 3 rounds to 2 for notorious Conor McGregor. After the fight, what do you think, Conor? Well, I was dominating the fight. Floyd didn't have an answer for anything I threw. Look at his face. It's all busted up. I did that. No, Conor. That was from a clash of heads. Your head did that. Our game plan worked to perfection. I want to reach out and thank Paulie Malignaggi. When I put him down in sparring, he started to fight me more like Floyd did tonight, and I proved I can beat the best. This just goes to prove you can never underestimate the heart of a champion. All right, let's bring Floyd Mayweather in. Floyd, What happened? Well, you know, Jim, I'm truly blessed. On Monday, we'll file a protest with the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Of course, I was absolutely winning the fight. I was never hurt. Conor McGregor is a great MMA fighter, but I ruled a boxing ring. We started to break him down. The plan we came up with was working to perfection. My father told me to take it easy in the 4th and 5th rounds, and it probably cost me the fight. But I forgive him. I love my father. He's more of a defensive coach, and my Uncle Roger is an offensive coach. I'm still TBE. All of the great fighters had losses, even though I don't think I lost. Like I said before, we'll file a protest on Monday. Rocky Marciano was good, but he wasn't great. It's like I said before, Marciano fought great, but I'm a great fighter. At the end of the day, the money team is all about what we set out to do. To make another 9-figure payday and to give the fans the best in sports and entertainment. Like I said before, I'm TBE, and we file a protest on Monday morning. The Epilogue. Fans will be talking about the biggest upset in boxing history for the next 10 years. And guess what? They'll do it all over again in May, and your boy will get another 9-figure payday. I'll be watching the Miguel Cotto fight, and I'd like to see the Badu Jack versus Nathan Cleverly fight on Mayweather McGregor's undercard. If it's available to watch, when I turn from HBO, from the Cotto card, I'll watch it. Of course, I'll watch it on the stream. I won't be paying for the fight. And that's how my dream went. Not all my dreams come true, but sometimes dreams do come true. Right? Right?